welcome back to the Business Spotlight. St. Michael's Place here in Newport. Been a few months since we've been on, but we've got a good friend of ours here that's joined us, Jay Cox. Welcome, my friend, to the Business Spotlight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Folks around Newport know Jay and they're very familiar with him being on Facebook from time to time. But Jay, tell us a little bit about here at St. Michael's Place. First of all, tell us a little bit about Jay Cox. Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, David, I've been employed here now since November of last year, so I'm still kind of new to this facility as well, anyway, but I have some experience at another location, and I've been in this field of long-term care for a little while, and really enjoy it. Right now, I'm still kind of learning the ropes as far as the procedures here at this facility, but I can tell you this, I love my job, I love this facility, and just really having a good time here.
Tell us a little bit about your family.
Well, my family, I have a wife and 2 kids that go to school here at Newport. We were all raised in Jackson County and been here. We left for a little while after college, but came back and just like being back home. Nothing like Newport.
We want to talk a little bit about St. Michael's Place, and one of the things that we're proud of here is private rooms. Expand on that.
Well, in our rehab unit, where you can come in either outpatient or a short-term stay in this facility, all of our rehab patients, or we also call them residents, have a private room, and it's kind of separated from our residents that are in long-term care, and we really enjoy it. They look really nice. Matter of fact, we're sitting in one now, and so you can kind of unwind, and family can come visit. You got plenty of room. Got your own TV and cable, and it's really a nice unit.
And when we talk about short-term care, short-term rehab, I mean, there's just some situations. Tell us some situations. Really, what's the difference? I mean, we know the time-wise, but what's the difference between short-term and long-term?
Well, you may take someone who has had a stroke or some kind of an onset of illness or attack on the body, and they don't need to come in for a long period of time for nursing, but just for a few months or weeks, or depending on how their insurance and all that is set up, that you can come in here for a short-term stay, and our rehab team will basically nurse you back to health and get you back where you can do things independently and get you stronger. And we have an excellent rehab program.
Well, let me ask you this, Jay. What brings Jay Cox, what brings you to a facility like this?
Well, this facility's been here a long time, and it's undergone some changes over the past few years, and sometimes I would say, David, that makes people scared, a little bit standoffish as to why certain changes have come about, but you know what? There's good people on staff here. There's people that want to be in long-term care, and my job as social services is quality of life. And one thing about being in a long-term care facility and a rehab facility is that you have to love your job. You have to want to take care of people and be willing to put others before yourself. And sometimes, over the years, you have to make changes to get the right people in place, and I believe we have those people in place at this point in time.
As director, tell us just a sampling of the day-to-day operations and the things that you have to oversee.
Well, some of the things that I have to oversee, one is one-on-one care with the residents. I deal a lot with behaviors and things of that. Some of our long-term residents, when you get up in the years, and there's certain diseases that create behaviors that they need special attention, and that's a big part of my job. Also, and I said this a minute ago, but quality of life is a big thing for me. And I think about my own family. I have a grandmother that's up in the years, and I try to, in my mind, if she were here, what kind of things would she want, and how would I want her to spend, the latter part of her years, and I would want to treat every resident here as if they were family, and make sure that they have the very best, not just going through the motions every day, but they actually experience great days, in those latter years.
It's such a unique, and we call it business. It's not, I mean, it is a business as such, but I mean, it's a quality of life. It's a way of life.
Sure.
And it's in a, and a lot of times, you're dealing with people who are are sometimes, most of the times, or sometimes not able even to make decisions for themselves. And so you got to have a big heart to want to be in a business like this.
Well, and we work directly with families. You know, we want family involvement. When you bring your loved one into St. Michael's, we want that family to be very close contact. And there are many situations where there's no family left, and that's when we feel as a staff we can step up and still show them the same kind of love that they might have gotten at home. And you know, there are tough situations at times when people come in. We find ourselves helping them square away the affairs, you know, of life. Helping to transition from living out in homes and neighborhoods into this place. Sometimes those are challenges and they're difficult, but we have a well-trained staff and people that want to help and do this, and it's really, it ends up being a blessing. It ends up being a blessing. You know, one of the things in life that people are afraid of is going to live in a nursing home. You know, that's kind of an age-old fear, but you know what? It's really not that way. Once you get here and you walk through our facility, you can see it's a nice place. It, you know, it has a good smell to it. It's clean. Our people are very kind. They want to be here, and that old shadow over the nursing home industry, it really is not what you think. And if you're ever curious, just come out and talk to us. Come out and tour the facility and really see what it's about. We have daily activities we do with them. We have fun with them. We party with them. We have just all kinds of things going on. It's really a nice place.
No doubt about that. But and before we get out here, I've got to ask you this. Tell me about crappie fishing.
Well,
any opportunity?
You know, crappie fishing is always good, whether you're catching them or not.
That's right.
And I need to be catching a few more of them.
If you're out there on that water somewhere having fun, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
That is what it's all about.
Jay Cox, my friend, it's always a pleasure to get to visit with you, especially
sir.
here on the television, of course, on Facebook and the website at Cable 15 TV and YouTube at Newport Cable 15 TV. So I appreciate you taking time. St. Michael's Place here in Newport. Thank you, my friend.
Come see us.